Murphy's Law is an adage that states, if something can go wrong, it will. In my experience, I've found Murphy's Law to hold true. Life is a funny way of taking everything from the best laid plans to uniform routine, adding a little chaos to spice things up. One thing that can be counted on when it comes to things going wrong: when it rains.
Do you ever get the feeling that sometimes, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, everything just seems to go wrong? No? Just me? I'm kidding. It's a natural part of the human experience. Have you ever read a book where the hero gets a quest to go from A to B to rescue the princess, and along the way, not much happens? He goes from A to B, in the end he gets to the princess, and they live happily ever after. That book sucks. It goes in the bin. I like to think of life like that. If nothing ever happens to you, well, it's a pretty shit story. Slight caveat, that thought only really occurs in hindsight. In the moment, things can be pretty shit. They can suck. All the dicks.
Sometimes things just don't go the way you planned them.
For instance, my life certainly hasn't gone to plan. I was going to sell a film script by 21, become financially free, graduate drama school by 25, and have a little gold man on my mantelpiece by 30. None of that's happened. Can you tell? It's not just the harebrained, big dream stuff that doesn't go to plan. It's the little stuff too. In my third year of film school, I was supposed to move out with some mates. We were going to have a lads pad. When I was about to move out of the student halls, we had a rental crisis. And so instead of moving out into a house with my friends, I moved out into my car and my friend's house. In that time, I had to finish uni, go to a job that paid fuck all, and get on with my life, all without a proper place to sleep. At the time, it was horrendous. It sucked. But looking back, it's going to make for a really interesting chapter in the autobiography.
Now, back to Murphy's Law. It's more of a rule of thumb than anything, but still handy to live by. Let's break it down. Can something go wrong? If yes, then it probably will. No. Go back and think again, numbnuts. All outcomes can possibly lead to here. So what do we do about that? The stress of something going wrong can be alleviated with one simple word. Contingency. What does that actually mean? It means we strengthen our original plan. We make it the least susceptible to failure as we can. But, as we know, if it can, it will. And that is why, if at all possible, we avoid putting all of our proverbial eggs in the one basket.
If you expect the unexpected and plan accordingly, everything's most likely going to be fine. Whatever you've been through, or going to go through, it'll be alright. It's going to make for an interesting story, and you'll be better for it. Who said life was supposed to be easy, eh?